people want to be listened to, and people want to feel like they've been listened to. Like, and I think they're not listened to. And I think like things like when that MP went into the jungle, like she did a point, like that's actually quite a good point. Like, you need to be in the public eye, and if you're not in the public eye, if you're just speaking in the House of Commons and you just like, that's it, who's gonna watch that? Like, I just think people, like politicians, have got to make people be involved, have got to get involved themselves. My friend Amika was on Youth Parliament the other day and did a huge big discussion about minimum wage for young people, and she was really, really involved in it, and the school got really involved in it, and Tom Newman gets involved with things, and people get really, really, really involved, but I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things. It looks good that you've got young people involved, but actually, what input have they got? She got up in Youth Parliament and talked about how outrageous it is that minimum wage is how it is or whatever, and how there's no job opportunities for young people. But actually, where would that have gone? She said it and it looks great, but who's going to have listened? Like, no one. Like, from school council and stuff, I thought that I was representing people, which is why I've got a bit emotional. Because I thought I was representing people, but then I was thinking about it, and I've kind of like created a false like remembrance of it. Because actually, I wasn't representing anyone, because if you're in a discussion or you're in a argument or you're trying to get your point across, it's always your point. So even if I vote a politician in and they get in, they're supposed to be representing you, but actually when it comes down to it, it's only their opinion that will eventually matter. People have always said like, oh, you'd make a good Prime Minister, but I think it's personality though. It's not whether I don't think I'm a very democratic person. Like I like to get my own way, and I think that it did get me more interested in politics. I don't feel like there's anyone in politics that is in the same situation as young people or students, because they're not. They're all about between like 30 and 50, aren't they?
Do you feel like it has to be somebody like you to represent you?
No, it has to be someone that is willing to get involved with people like me. It has to be someone that doesn't just sit on the high horse and think, oh yes, young people are like this and they do this and they do this and they're absolutely horrendous, or back in my day they weren't like this. Like, you need someone that actually can be bothered to get involved with young people and sit down and have a conversation with someone like me or someone like anyone else that's between the ages of the young, like 16 and 20 or whatever. But I don't think anyone has the time, the money, or the botheredness to actually think that's a good idea. So they represent you in a way that isn't representing you, but it sounds like it's representing you, so they think you've represented.